All right, what is up, guys? So since Zero Build came back, you guys know that my son and I have been playing it nonstop. We do play on next-gen consoles, and yeah, I'm about to show you guys something that it's very interesting. So for Zero Builds, you have to use a lot of like the natural cover, right? What does that mean? Trees, hills are especially amazing because you can't get shot. So usually what you'll do, like, it doesn't matter where anybody's at, doesn't matter how big or how small the hill is. You would, do something like this, and then you would use the hill to peek, and just peek enough where you can see them, and they can't see you. Well, that's the problem. I'm about to show you guys. My kid is right there. Carlos, can you shoot once? Obviously, don't hit me, but there you go. That's my kid. As you can see, he's right there. We can see him both on the console view, which is the bottom left, and the PC view. Here's the problem. On console, there's grass. On PC, there is no grass. The bottom left, I cannot see my kid, but the top right, I can see him perfectly. I'm actually going to hit him. I don't want to hit him in the head, but let's see. There you go. See that? I can actually damage him, right? You guys heard that, but on the console, I can't see him. So what does this mean? Why is this bad for you? Well, let's say you're a console player and there's a person up there. It's a 1v1 or whatever. He has the high ground. You have to expose yourself a lot more in order to see him. In order for me to see him, I have to be like this, right? Like, I'm gonna go try to look between the leaves, whatever, see? But I'm actually super exposed here, giving him an easy shot to shoot me back because, I have to like move up so much. I'm not even using the hill for protection if you think about it. Look how far I have to push up, like in order for me to see him on console. You're not even using the hill as protection. Now, PC players, if you focus on the top right, PC players will do this. They'll just walk up little by little, and they can see you. You can't see them, but they can see you just because there's no grass. This works. You can stay there. This works everywhere, okay? This is not just this spot. This is literally any spot. If you're a console player and you're using the hills, right here's a perfect example. Same situation. You're using the hills as protection. Right here on the PC, you can see the blue area. You can see, if somebody's hiding behind a tree right there. But on console, you can't see anything. You have to expose yourself a lot more. So you're at a huge disadvantage if you're actually fighting a PC player anywhere in the map. You have to be careful, basically. Like, you're disadvantaged. Another disadvantage is right here, the storm. Look at the storm on console, and then look at the storm on PC. Are you still in the same spot, Carlos? Yep, you are.
I am.
Look at this. This is my son on the PC on the top right, console on the left. You can't see anything on the console. It's so hard. But look at on the PC. It doesn't even look like there's a storm. This is another reason why we need separate lobbies. Okay? And trust me, I've done a lot of testing in different locations around the map, and it's the same thing. All right, guys, now we're gonna use the opposite view. My kid was up here earlier, right? Usually in Fortnite, whether you're playing zero build or build mode, you want to have the high ground. I have the high ground right now. My kid is right there standing next to the tree. Okay, as you can see, same situation here. I'm not gonna aim at him so you can clearly see him. On the PC, I can see him. On the console, I cannot see him. If anything, high ground actually works against you on console because you have to move up so much. And I'm crouching right now. This is me standing, right? And then this is me crouching. Okay? Standing, crouching. Now you might be like, Alex, why don't you just stand so you can see him? Because obviously you can see him easily when you stand, but you don't want to be standing because you're exposing yourself. Then you're actually not getting any protection because the ground is down here and like your head is over here. Like from his point of view, he'll be able to see me. You want to be crouching. That's the problem. So when you crouch, you can't see him on the console, that is, but on the PC you can. Look at that. I can go like all the way down here like this, and you can still see my son's body. I'm pushing up little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little. There you go. Look at this. I think I'm even exposed right here. So in order for me to see him on console, I'm going to push up. I'm going to push up. There you go. I'm starting to see him depending on like the grass. You see, like I can see him here, but if I go this way, I can't see him. But to clearly see him and the grass not be a problem, I have to push up like this. See, now I can move right or left and I can see him no matter what. But compare that to the PC, like I'm super exposed now. Like I'm not even using the protection. Okay, so that's and this guy's works in any angle over there, anywhere, basically all over the map. Anywhere in the map, if there's grass like this, you're gonna be at a disadvantage. So same situation here. See that? If there's a guy over there, you know, I can't see you on the PC, but I mean I can't see you on the console, but look at on the PC. Okay? Anywhere. So if Fortnite is not gonna disable crossplay, the main thing I would say, I know we would like low graphics, low shadows, low everything, but I don't think we're ever going to get that. The main thing they need to do is get rid of the grass, because they're basically blocking our view. As you can see here, if there's a person like there, like look how clearly you can see them, you know, like obviously you wouldn't want to take that angle. You would kind of be like, want to be over here, right? Like if there's somebody like in the roof of like tilted, you would want to kind of take this angle. You can see him on the PC, you can on console, right? Especially like from over here. I'm actually going to go show you guys because I was testing this earlier. Carlos, can you come to the roof of tilted, like that first building, the L? But I mean, or the middle one, the big middle one. It should be pretty obvious. Like a lot of people, I've had so many fights here where I'm like, how does this guy see me? Because I just recently discovered this, guys. Like I've been playing zero build since last season, and I've had so many fights where I'm like, this guy might be hacking. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, this guy's hacking. Like I can't see him, but he can see me, right? Nope. This is literally the reason why. You can see my son right there. I'm actually gonna get closer so you guys can see him. There's the body, right? I'm gonna go ahead and move back. I'm gonna go ahead and crouch because you gotta be crouching. Look at that. PC. You can see him on PC and you can see him on console. I'll put the crosshairs next to him. Let's start walking back. I can't see nothing on console. I can still clearly see him on PC. Look at that. Like, I can see him on PC right there. And I'm not even exposing myself. See? Anywhere there's grass, you're going to run into the situation. Anywhere there's grass. Look at that. Anywhere there's grass. Like the grass is actually working against you. This is so sad right here. Look at this. This is so sad. Oh my God. So like next time I'm fighting somebody, like, nope, there's grass. Nope, can't fight. All right. So this is why you shouldn't be hiding in bushes, right? If there's an enemy outside and you're a console player, you can't see him. But a PC player, you can clearly see the guy right there standing next to the porta can. Now I can see him if I'm zoomed in, but who do you actually like sit in a bush and zoom in? No, usually like people will do this, right? And as you can see, this works with everything, like all around the bush. You guys can see like all these holes that the PC has makes it easier whenever there's a player like, you know, fighting in the bush. Carlos, can you come in the bush with me? And then just like stand around in here and like look at this, how much easier it is. Like that's a perfect example right there. Stay right there, don't move. You can see on console, I cannot see his hand, right? It's very hard because of the shadows and everything. But on PC, you can see that hand right there very clearly. So if you're in a fight and you know you're spamming like this, you know, boom, trying to find the guy, it's a lot easier to see where he's at. Stand right there, stop moving. Look, you see? You can see him on the PC. You cannot see him in the console. Okay, another problem is trees. Basically, everything's a problem, guys. I don't even know why I'm making this list. Everything's a problem. Inside the buildings, the bushes, the trees are also a big problem. With the Spidey glove, sometimes people will go in the trees. Look at this. Can you spot Carlos on the bottom left? Probably not. Can you spot him in the top right? 100%. You can spot him clearly. So you might be on console hiding in a bush and you're like, oh, I'm good. I'm safe. They can't see me. Wrong. Even scoped in, I can't even see him on the console. So this is a problem because you playing on a console think you're covered and you're protected compared to like the PC. Look how easy it is to see him. He's right there. I just hit him. But are you going to be able to find him on console that easily? Like, I think, like, you know, you're just randomly walking like this. You know, it's end game. You got people camping on top of the trees. Look at that. Can you spot Carlos? Nope. I can't. I'm being completely honest. You know, I'm just kind of like looking everywhere. Now, if I were looking at the PC, yeah, you like Carlos sticks out because the trees have no shadows. The trees have no color. The trees are super bright. So, and Carlos is using a default skin. Now, imagine if you're using a banana or like an actual skin with color, like you just make yourself an easier target for PC players. I'm actually gonna like kind of curious, like look at down here. Look how much easy. Like, it's just like, it's basically on PC. It's like they're playing with a highlighter, you know? Like everything's being highlighted for them. Like, hey, there's a player here. Look here. There's a player here. There's a player here. Now let's combine the tree and the grass. Let's combine the tree and the grass for the perfect combination. Look at that. Should we keep going with these examples, or are you guys actually gonna just believe me from now on? You know, let's keep going. Look at this. Holy, I'm actually upset right now, chat. I'm actually upset. All right, and this is the final segment. Shadows, they're everywhere. So we already showed you guys the disadvantage that you have if you're on top of a hill, the bottom of a hill, in a bush, if the opponent is in a tree. What about buildings? Inside buildings, it's the same thing. You can clearly see how much better and easier it looks. I shouldn't say better, I should say easier. How much easier it is on the PC because of the lack of shadows. Does it look realistic? Of course it doesn't. It doesn't look realistic. It looks like a cartoon, plastic, you know. But is it easier to spot things? Of course. The lack of shadows makes everything stand out, makes everything look weird. So if somebody's hiding under the stairs and you're just running, it's a lot easier for you to spot them on the PC. This is why a lot of PC players will use this skin right here, because they know that the console players can't remove shadows, and it just makes it harder for a console player. Am I saying that you can't see it? No, of course you can see the skin, but ask yourself, you know, which one is easier to spot, like the bottom left or the top right? And obviously it's the top right. It's a combination of there being like no shadows on the walls, no dirt, no nothing. You see, like on console, you can kind of see like the walls are dirty, you know, everything. And this is everywhere, guys. This is everywhere. This is not just like this spot. No matter where you go, the lack of detail on the PC, the simple detail, just makes it easier to see everything right here. You know, on console, you have the light from the windows. You have this light above casting shadows or light or whatever. And on PC, you have nothing. It's just everything's the same color. Everything's uniform. It just makes it easier. Everything, you know, everything. The rocks. It's just a lot clearer. So this is not a big deal. Would I love for Fortnite to change it? Of course, you know, of course I would love for them to like give us the option to remove shadows, because you might be watching and you might be like, well, Alex, I like the shadows. You know, I like my game looking beautiful. That's great. Nobody's asking Fortnite to like remove that option for you. You know, if you make it an option, you can keep the fancy graphics, the fancy shadows, and people like myself and my kid and others who don't care about the game the way it looks. Wow, I never realized there's actually like no water on PC here in this area. That's crazy. We can just lower it, you know, just to make it easier for us to compete against the PC players. And this is why I am hosting the console only lobbies. So if you're on you know, PlayStation, Xbox, now you might be like wondering, well, what's the difference between, you know, PS4 and PS5, or the old Xbox and the new Xbox? There's nothing. I was actually thinking about making a video when we first got our PS5s and our Xbox Series X, you know, like to show the difference. And I hooked them up and I had the view just like I have right now, you know, but one of them was like PS4, the other one was PS5. Absolutely no difference. PS4 and PS5 have the same issue with the shadows, the grass, everything looks the same. The only difference, and there is a difference, and it's a pretty big one, is the frames per second. Okay, so like on old gen, you're running at 60, and on new gen, you get the option of either 60 or 120. That's it. Is there less shadows, less grass, less anything on the old gen just because it's an old gen? Nope. You still have the same problems of not being able to see people, or, you know, whatever. The same issues that I explained that, you know, happening in this video are the same issues that you get no matter what console you are. So, you know, what can we do? I don't know. We just gotta let people know. Like, show your friends. If you have friends on console, show them this video. Be like, hey, look, send emails to Epic, you know, social media, whatever. Like, give us the option to play against console only players. You know, I could care less if people call me a bot or trash player because I'm only playing on console lobbies and then my wins are not gonna count. I could care less. You know, I just want to have a fair matchup against other people and not be at a huge disadvantage just because I don't want to play on PC or I don't have, you know, 2 PCs so my son and I can play, you know? Like I just want to be fair. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you have any questions or if you have any comments on, you know, what else we could do to like make this happen, you know, console only lobbies. That's what we need. All right, you guys have a good one. Bye-bye.